Morning, friends. Um, just checking in with Finding Bliss. I think this is number 14. So, hooray! 2 weeks of keeping a habit going. So it's good for me and a good habit. So I love sharing these, and you're welcome to share them with anyone who you think might need that certain message that day. And again, if you want to say anything in the comments below, or want to make sure you don't miss any of these, there's like a little bell by the subscribe button, and it'll come to you every day. So I sound just like all those people on YouTube. But if you didn't know that, then you didn't. It's like, oh, cool, because now I get those too for other people. So I love today's, and this is how I break down everything. So words in the head, thoughts equal the ego. Ego equals edging God out. So I'm really big about the ego, breaking down everything down to the roots of either fear or love. And anything that isn't good goes in the fear category. And the ego is the feeder of fear. It is like, I'm sure you've heard the story of the two wolves, and you feed the good one and not the bad one, but the thing that feeds the bad one is the ego. Let's just think of this zookeeper that feeds the mean animals all the time, and that's the ego. And it's like, yeah, go make them feel crappy about themselves. So anyway, uh, I love that to do that breakdown of everything. Another book that I use is weekly. I go to a 12-step recovery meeting, and it's the craziest place. Hang on. The LDS Family Services Addiction Recovery Program, a guide to addiction recovery and healing. And I can send these to anybody for free. If you want one of these, reach out to me and I can send you one. It's a workbook and it's 12 steps, and obviously I need to do some work, but I do have lots of loved on notes and colored in my book. But this last Sunday was step 7 was humility. And we came to a part about ego, and ego is also pride, and having too much pride, like I'm too good for that, or feeling like you're better than the rest of everybody else, is the opposite of humility. And so then I've always am looking for an opposite of what goes on. So there's the ego edging God out, and then there's like humility, and then that would be God. And love, God is love. Opposite of God would be ego and edging God out. So anyways, I love doing that. If you come across like some word breakdown, and if you just want to, somebody says something to you and you're not quite sure about that word, and you just break it down. Is that a good word? Or even catching yourself before you say something negative. And before is like, is this coming from a good space, or is this coming from a loving space? And make sure that everything you say, because it is all a reflection of you, make sure that it all comes from love. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'm grateful for you following. Um, Sometimes I look at these numbers and I'm really shocked at how many people are looking at them, and I don't know if it's because I'm making a goofy face on the on the little YouTube tag thing, that like the one where I'm going, that one's got a ton of likes, or people watched it, but maybe it's just because they wanted to feel blessed that day. So anyways, make sure you keep God in, ego out. Love you guys. P.S. I can't wait for my little voodoo dolls to come. And if you want one of those 12-step books, they're free. Let me know and I'll get you one. Love you.